Hello there, welcome back to Crafty TV. Thank you for your patience. So we have a few little technical difficulties there, but we are with you now. We are here, we are well. I hope you are too, and I hope you are ready to craft, because this, of course, is Craft Along, when we feature one of our most recent launches and give you the opportunity to craft along with our crafty experts. Now, talking of experts, we've got a very expert today in the studio. There's my TV wife, the Fishers, here. How are you, Debbie?
I'm good, Joe. Yeah, really well. I'm really looking forward to this show because we've kept it really simple, because sometimes when we get things that have dies and templates, it's just nice to know from start to finish how we go about using it, how we put it all together, and then our finished one. So this is the one we're going to be making. You can use whichever one you've got in your stash. So we're using that little door hinge to create the door. We're going to have those gorgeous bears inside. We've even made it so in that background, can you see it looks a bit sparkly? We've actually made it into a bit of a shaker background.
Nice.
And we've got some amazing cosmic shimmer gems on. I say gems, they're sort of gems in a sort of glittery little pot, which is amazing. So yes, that's what we're going to be getting up to, Joe.
Excellent. That's what we're all going to be making together in real time, which is fantastic. Now, if you haven't gathered your bits and bobs together, don't worry, it's not too late. You've got a few more minutes. Let's share with you all the things that you are going to need to create that beautiful project. So you will need a cute characters box. You've also got the two 8x8s. You've also got the white stamping card, your watercolour card you will need as well. The acetate, the tricolour markers too, which is awesome. Then you will need this bits and bobs too. It's your sparkle pen, your foams there, an ink pad, tape pen, red liner tape, your tacky glue, and your sequins or glitter as well. So you've got a few minutes if you want to gather those bits and bobs together before we get cracking. Now, not just one special guest here in the studio, we've actually got two for you, because the lovely Christina is going to be crafting along with us as well. How's it going, Christina?
Hiya.
How's things?
Things are good, thank you.
Oh, excellent. Now, for those of you that haven't met you before, whereabouts are you?
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough, like literally just up the road.
You could have bought
us in a cup of tea or something, you know, from home. Now, you're on our design team, is that right?
I am, yeah.
Awesome. And how long have you been crafting for, Christina?
About 4.5 years.
Oh, wow. Excellent. Well, I've got some of your work in the studio, which I'm going to share with everyone a little later as we go through the show. If there was like one thing that's like your jam, you know, like your absolute favourite thing to do when it comes to crafting, Christina, what do you think it would be?
Hoarding paper pads.
Right, yeah, I think you're with firm friends there when it comes to that. Right, I'll be dropping back in on you then periodically, Christine, as we go through the show to see how you're getting on. So I'll be chatting to you again very, very shortly. Let's go and have a look what, of course, we are going to be working with. So what we've got is our Gemini Character Box Dies collection. These are the kind of awesome projects that you're going to be creating with these. You've just seen the projects as well that we're going to be creating together in this show also. But what these are a collection of awesome size, shapes and size stamps and dies. That's not easy to say. And you've got the aperture here as well for creating that fabulous box, along with all the instructions that you need to create the box scene cards. So we've got different themes for you. You've got the unicorns, you've got the bears in here as well, and of course you've got the deers and bunnies in there too with the trees. Now use them with the boxes, use them away from the boxes, bring some of the other dies into the boxes. You've got loads of different options. If you don't own these yet, go for this today. Come back and watch this craft along back any time you like, which is awesome. So you're getting 3 collections there. You're also going to receive as well the ink pad in there too. There's loads of other stuff in the show. Don't forget about the promotion we've got running at the moment. Spend 30, save 5. So you could use that on these products. Just make sure you spend £30, dollars or euros, and you'll save the extra 5. There is also the triple points offer alongside that on Totally Tiffany products. So go over to the website and check those out as well. Right, I think if you're ready, Debbie, seems everyone else is. What I would say is any questions that you've got, anything you need repeating as we go through, I'll be here for you. Crafters TV across on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe if you are watching us over on YouTube. You get notified every time we go live. But if you're ready, Debbie, I think everyone else us at home is.
Absolutely, I am totally ready, and we are going to start from literally you getting hold of your stamp and die set and opening the pack. So with mine, I like to just cut along the top because then I feel like I've got easy access to everything in there. Now in your pack, you're going to get your dies, you're also going to get your stamp sets, you're also going to get your booklet to show you how to do it, and you're also going to get some templates. Now we've kept these simple and we've kept the cost down by making paper templates. So what we are going to do first of all, we're going to take our templates and we're going to make these a little bit more rigid. So I'm going to stick these on top of some card before we cut them out. So now here's your little booklet. So anybody that is not following along as we follow along, or they want to look at their own instructions, you've got full step-by-step instructions in your booklet. But we are going to take it slow, we will recap, and we are starting right at the beginning. So our dies and stamps we're going to put to the side. I've just got some general cardstock because I don't want to use my white cardstock because I use it the most. I've just got myself some craft cardstock, and all I'm going to do is attach this onto here. Now before I do, what I am going to do is just trim these out just so I don't have to waste too much of my glue. So I'm just sort of trimming these out just around the sides. I'm not worried about it being completely straight because what we're then going to do is attach these to our craft card or any sheet of card. You might have some scrap pieces of card that you don't use anymore, and all I'm going to do is take the back and I'm going to apply our tape pens. And I'm going to put it quite a lot all over the top. You might have some adhesive sheets. You could glue these down if you wanted to. So you can use, if you don't want to be using your tape pen for these, you can use your tacky glue. And then we're just going to apply that just to here. And there we go. Rub that down. Make sure you've got no bubbles in there. And that's your first one. Then we're going to attach, I'm going to try and fit these in on the card. So let's get my next one. And we're going to attach these. Now the reason I'm doing this is you could draw around these templates once you've cut them out, but I don't want them ruined. I want to use them time and time again. And when they are paper, they sometimes can get a little torn, or they sort of get crumpled, and then you don't get your right sizes. So I think this is a really good start and a good way to attach your papers to your card. So I'm just again making sure I've got all these layers going across. I always find the craft alongs really strange because, and I know we don't hear people in our ears, but it always feels so much quieter, doesn't it?
It is. Everyone is eagerly beavering away at home. That's what it is, Debbie. The comments have pretty much fallen silent, so it means I think everyone is crafting along with you at home at the moment, which is exciting because we all get to see what everyone does in the show too. And I'll be asking you to send in pictures of what you have crafted towards the end of this show. If we don't get time to show them at the end of this show, then we'll show them during our Craft House show a little later. So make sure you join us at 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. if you're across over on the East Coast.
So I'm just getting my last bit ready. And then once you've done this, if you wanted to, if you've got a laminator, you could laminate them and then they would last for ages. You could put your spray adhesives over them just to protect them. And then all I'm going to do now is cut them out. So I'm just going to go in with my scissors. You could use your guillotine if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use my scissors, and also it just gives me the opportunity to take it a bit slower because you at home then, if you're using your guillotine, or not so quick with your scissors, because I'm not either. So I'm using scissors and I'm going to use my craft knife as well to go around the curves, because I'm actually better with my craft knife than I am with scissors.
Okie doke, but you could use either or if you're at home.
Absolutely. And so just cutting along here. I think what we might do as well, Joe, so we get a straight line. Once I've done that first straight line, I'm going to bring in my guillotine to trim the others. So, and I'm going across this piece here, which is the borders and just going across the top. Can I just take a moment to say, Christina, your craft room or craft cave looks awesome. Like, absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
It was...
Your craft room look like?
Oh,
Debbie?
we
Or
haven't
your
had that for
craft
ages.
space?
Let's have some crafty cave pictures.
Yeah. What does yours
yeah.
look like though, Debbie?
Mine looks like the kitchen table.
Oh.
I don't have a craft room anymore, Joe.
You not got one?
No, haven't got one anymore.
Oh, I bet there's sequins everywhere then.
Oh, there's stuff all over the place every day. Yeah, absolutely. I will have one. We're actually in the middle of getting quotes for a loft conversion.
Wow.
Yes, and I'm very excited.
Excellent. Well, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Well, I think what we're going to do is move our bedroom. So we're having an ensuite and a bedroom up in the loft, and then one of the bedrooms will be my craft room. So yes, it's in the making. But I think, sorry Joe,
No,
I was just going to say, but everyone has the same idea because all the builders, everything is fully booked. So if we do go ahead, it won't be done until possibly Christmas or January.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to have the builders in over Christmas, are you, Debbie?
Well, they did say we could have it over Christmas or wait until January, but I don't think I mind having them in Christmas. Because I'm likely to go with my family anyway, so, and the sooner the better it gets done. It'd be nice to have it for the new year.
Lots of people joining us from all over. We're very international today, Debbie, you know.
Oh.
Sarah Brown saying hello from Melbourne, Australia. Gilmore saying hi from Michigan. Diane's in Pennsylvania. For Holidays is with us in Florida. Rita's in Washington. Barbara's in Indiana. Jenny says Ohio. Ohio, Jenny. Linda is in County Durham as well, just up the road, Linda. Adriana hasn't got this kit yet, but she's going to be taking notes. Hannah saying I'm looking so well. Thank you very much, Hannah. I feel great. Deborah says I love it when Debbie and Joe work together. Lots of laughs and fun, always.
Absolutely.
A lot of love for Christina's hair in the comments as well. She has fabulous hair.
Absolutely. It looks fabulous.
For Holidays, looking forward to seeing your makes. Mary Pat's got this on its way, so she's going to be watching this back a little later. Who else have we got here? Khaki Blue says just watched the last show. I think Debbie should have won just because of her ability to make us laugh, cry. There you go. Kathy got these yesterday, so this is perfect timing. And Gilmore saying nice idea to make the templates more permanent or make a copy and laminate it. So
yes.
A lot of people are appreciating that.
Yeah, absolutely. I as a crafter, I like to think about how I would want them, and the first thing I wanted was a template that I could keep a bit longer and had that rigidity. So once we've got those, we're going to draw around them, but should we take a break just to let everyone catch up on their cutting? So so we'll just let everyone get caught up on their cutting. Sorry, Joe.
Absolutely. Now, we'll take a break there for a second then. Let me go back through the main collection. This is your opportunity to get yourself caught up, which is brilliant. So let me take you back through that collection and what you're getting included in there. So you're getting the 3 different die sets there. So you're getting the woodland animals there, which are awesome. You've also got the lovely fairy and the unicorn there. And you've also got that bear in there as well. £25. Or $35, £20, $28 if you want to get those. And you're going to get an ink pad in there as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Let me also take you through the fabulous deal that we've got on the tricolours. Now, you'll be seeing Debbie use these a little later in this craft along, but these are fantastic because they are a whole set of markers in the wallet as well. You get the storage included too, which is fantastic. You've got also the different sets in here. So they come in the collections of 3. What it is each pen, rather than like our tri-blends where you have different shades of the same colour, you have 3 different colours that are all curated to blend together. So then what they've done, they've been grouped together in the colour family. So if you wanted to just take these 3 pens, you could create something absolutely gorgeous. You've got your essential neutrals, your floral meadow. You've then got the colour basics and also the great outdoors as well. You get all of those and the storage. £26.40 for Platinum members. That is essential. That is incredible value for money. Now, so there's a few different options here for you, okay? Let me just start off with, I'll take these bits out because you get triple points on everything, because that is the case all weekend with Totally Tiffany, which is brilliant. So you get the Fab File. Now the Fab File is great for loads of different things. You can do finish your keep your stored finished makes in there, but what we've got is the different options to have it with different things. So do you want to get it with the magnetic sheets? If you want to get it with magnetic sheets, you get 5 of them. Details are there on your screen. You can pop your dies onto there. It keeps them all in beautiful condition, and then you've got this. This is also brilliant because you can label this. You've got a little handle on here as well, so if you want to sit that on your shelf, you can do it. What you can then have is you can have it with the die storage cards. Now these are genius because what these are, they store your dies, but they've basically got this removable, repositionable is the word I'm looking for, lining on them. So you can see this here, peel this down, your die goes on, it sticks onto there, and then you cover it back over. You can mark them all and label them, which is fantastic. So you can get it with those, or what you can do is you can get it with this, and the stamp pockets as well. So you can get loads of die storage and your stamp storage in there, $14.50 or $20 if you want to do that one. Right, let me share with you a few other bits that we've got on the show for you. Something you are loving is this, the Lisa Buddy Bag. Now this is perfect for your 12-inch papers, or your 12x12 papers, or your 12x12 paper pads, which is brilliant. $11.04 if you're in the UK, $12.74 in the US. You're going to get, of course, triple points on that, which is excellent. What you're also going to get as well, of course, if you do make this part of a $30 spend, $30 spend, you'll get an extra £5 or dollars off. Both of those promotions running until the end of tomorrow, which is awesome. Do you need some acetate? We've got that on the show for you. It is the heat resistant one that you've got here, $7.98 or $11.98 if you want to grab your hands on that. And don't forget these. Oh my word, thousands and thousands and thousands of these have gone since we launched them a couple of weeks ago. It is, of course, our glossy highlights, $4.79 or $5.56. If you are a Club Inspire Platinum member. Now, I think everyone is keeping up by the looks of it, because I've got no questions, or no one's asked me to recap anything at the moment, Debbie, so we're good to go if you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's all nice and perfect at the moment. I was going to say it's going to be perfect all the way through. So once we've got our templates, now what we're going to do is place them. You want 2 sheets of your stamping card, or just white cardstock, and I'm just going to draw around these. And what I'm going to do is, when you've drawn them, just at the bottom where your lines are, I'm going to put a little tab. So you'll see what I mean. So there, can you see? So where your lines are, because these are your score lines, but when you take that away, we don't want anything on here, but we need to know where to put in our score lines. And you need 2 of those. So we're going to cut another one, and I'm going to place this. In fact, we can place that in the same position, because we then just cut through the middle of that and put this across. And it doesn't matter if you've put your score lines on your card, because we're going to cover those anyway. So going along, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, that one didn't fit on there. So we've got 2 of these ones, so they're your 2 sides and your back. And then we're going to cut the smaller one, which is your door. You don't have to use a door if you don't want a door on it, but it's quite nice to have that door when it's there. So again, placing that, I'm doing mine just on the edges, and then we're going to draw round there. And then we'll use our guillotine to cut out. But again, I'm just going to put that line in there so I know that's where my score line is. So let's get my guillotine into play. I always do this. I put it down somewhere safe and then forget where I put it. There we go. Now these 2 I haven't done yet. We're going to leave these to a bit later on. So we're just going to pop those to the side, because we're going to cut them out of different cardstock. So we're just going to trim these ones up. So the first thing I'm going to do is, when I trim this out, I'm going to just leave this one in, because I'm going to place it onto my, we can take that off a little bit more, so I've just got a little piece. I'm going to actually place this. You can use your scoreboard, but because I've got this at hand, I'm going to use this just to mark down all the way down there. And that gives us our fold, and then I can go in and trim this out at the same time. So that's our door. And I'm going to do the same with these ones. Let's trim a little bit more. So I always make sure I don't go straight in, so we know that we're getting nearer to those cut lines. And then we're going to, in fact, I'm going to bring in my template again, and I'm going to place it this time just up to the top here. So when I check my marker, there we go, I'm going to do that at 4.5, so I know that I'm going to fold down there at 4.5, and that goes directly to that point there. So that's our score line there, and then we can trim those off. So again, cutting down, then cut down onto this piece, and then we can trim our little end pieces off. So I'm going to collect all my templates, take away all these pieces, and just keep these together. So these now you can keep in your pat, but we're going to use these ones in a bit. So let's pop that out the way. And there we go. So we've got all our score lines, our fold lines. I'm going to cut these pieces off here. There we go.
Remember, any questions that you've got whatsoever, anything you need to recap, don't worry, you can pop those questions into me, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. So yeah, get in touch if there's anything you need to know, anything you want recapping, any questions that you've got. None so far though, because everyone seems to be doing absolutely fine, Debbie. Everyone's tickety-boo.
Everyone's tickety-boo. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. So I'm going to pop these where we're going to cover with the papers. So can you see that will act as your side fold, and then your next one, we're going to bring this one in, and that will act as your fold on this side. So I'm just going to double fold that so it'll fold both ways. So that's your front and your back with your side. So that's how easy it is to make your box.
Excellent.
So really simple, nice and easy. So there are two pieces. This piece then, we're going to fold this one over, and that is going to be your door hinge. So what will happen is you'll pop these ones together, and then this one will hinge at the side of your box. But you're thinking, well, that's got nothing, that's something in there, we need something in there. Then we're going to bring our die sets in. So each one of the die sets, you have an aperture die. They're all different shapes, so you can choose whichever one, any set you want. They all will go into these templates, so you don't have to worry. So we're going to get this one out, but before we do that, we're going to do some cutting of our cardstock. Now, we've got these pads on the show, and I thought these would be lovely to use because these are our Spring Fever pads. What I love about these ones, Joe, is you have them at the coordinating colours, so you can do them whatever colours you like. You just choose which ones you want. I've got my acetate in there. You just choose whichever one that you want to use on the front. So, and in fact, I'm thinking, shall we go a bit AWOL and...
AWOL?
AWOL's
yeah,
not the right word.
love a bit of AWOL.
No, that's not the word. What did I want to say? Rogue. I don't know where AWOL come from. So I'm going to, let me bring my book in. So I've used these papers here, but I'm thinking because I've done this one, let's just shake it up a bit and do it a little bit different.
Okay,
in different
excellent.
colours. I'm still using all the other things and the tri-blend and the same pads. So I'm going to take a couple of, I probably only need one actually. So I'm going to take the pink one out of here and let's find another coordinating pink one. Is that one? Or, yeah, let's do this one.
Oh, I like that one. It's got a bit of a sort of Moroccan tile.
It has, hasn't it? Yeah, beautiful one. So I've got these ones, and then we need that coordinating colour in between. So shall we use this darker one or a lighter? I think the darker one, yes, the sort of reddy pink one. Yeah, let's use that one. So it doesn't matter what colours you go for, the choice is absolutely yours. But you need 3 of those, and these, and we're going to cut our pages to size. So what I am going to do is I'm going to just size these based on our cards. So what we can do is pop these onto our paper. I'm going to turn them upside down, I'm going to pop that onto there. Now I know that's going to be the front of my card, so I am going to use my pen just to go down this front piece there and across. So we can cut that square out. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to come in and just cut that a little bit. I'm wondering actually, Joe, I didn't measure it. Oh, look at that, it's 4 inches. So in fact, what I'm going to do is cut this to 4 inches because I know that it's an 8x8 paper pad, and then we can cut it in half again. And that way I get the 2 pieces that we need. Well, we need 3 pieces actually. So I'm going to cut that to 4 inches as well. So I'm just doubling up to 4 inches. And then what I think, because I want to leave a little rim round, now I've got my 4 inches, I'm going to go in and just take a small amount off. And in fact, let's take it down to 3 3/4 of an inch all the way round. And what that will do is leave me a little white rim around the edges of my cards. So if I bring that in, that will now be the perfect fit for inside this piece here, which is perfect.
Brilliant.
So we've got 2 pieces and then I want a 3rd piece. So let's go in and cut this 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then I'm going to take my other one and we need to do the same with that. So let's do 3 3/4, 3 3/4. Have you ever participated in a craft along, Joe?
Have, yeah, a few times.
Oh, have you? I didn't realise.
I did an exploding box with Debbie Robinson. What else did I do? I've done a couple. I did one with Craig as well, one of some of the cut-in dies. Yeah, I've done a few. Done a few. I make a lot of mess though, Debbie.
Oh, do you? So
Tracy's always fuming afterwards.
I've never really asked, so I didn't know whether is it something that we have to bring you in like a kit to do it with, or
well, no. Sometimes I
just
think
what
we
you
did
feel like
do it
doing?
for a while, and then we just sort of got out of the habit of it, really.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think if we have a crafty guest on the show, then we don't tend to. But I think if there's no guest, then we'll get involved.
Oh, okay. Ah, sounds good. Right, so these middle panels, I know that the length going down is 3 3/4, but I want to halve that then to get my side panels. So I know that a 2, I need to just go below the 2. So we're going to go 1 3/4 for that side panel. And we need 2 of those. So again, 1 3/4. Now they're for our inside panels. So when we put this together, we've got these panels at the side here. But I also want some for the outside edges as well. So we're going to use our scrap pieces that we've got left, and we're going to create it in, I'm going to do this one. You can choose whichever one you want. And then all I'm going to do actually, let's fold this in half. So this is our, and see where that comes to there. So that gives us, yeah, so it's 2 inches, just under 2 inches there. So I'm going to bring those in, and they will be our outside panels. So we've got all our panels now. So we'll just recap on them so you know you've got exactly what you need to be doing your card. So let's get those 2 panels. These ones are just our bits and pieces. So we can throw all these pieces in the bin, and that one might come in handy later. So let's bring that to the side. So let's bring in our 3 pieces of card. So what you should have is your 2 pieces of card that you've, oh, I tell you what we have forgot, I've just realised, Joe, we didn't put in a little side bit to attach. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, and we're just going to pop those in. So let's do that. I'm going to bring it slightly in, and that's then going to be scored. In fact, let's do it at our 4-inch line, which someone has kindly put a line down. And I'm just going to make sure that's central to there. I've lost, there it is. And then we're just going to score that down. I'm going to do the same with this one, from the top to the bottom, and just score that down. That gives us our little tabs there that will attach to each side. So score those over and just burnish them, and then the same with the opposite side. And then what we have, so you'll have two pieces, one turning one way, one turning the other way with your tabs on each side. You've then got your main piece for the door, which has your tab at the side here. And then we've got our side pieces, so you've got two inner side pieces and you've got two outer side pieces. I think I've made them a bit big. I didn't cut them 1 3/4, so I'm just going to get my guillotine in and trim that 1 3/4. So
loads of people chatting away in the comments. So, I mean, some of you love to watch these live, craft along live with us. I know a lot of people watch them through, Debbie, don't they? Then go back and then craft along with it afterwards. Yeah, there's no right or wrong way of doing it.
No,
absolutely.
not at
However
all.
you want to. You will, of course, be able to watch this show back, as you can all of our shows back at any time over on our website as well. So if you do miss anything, not to worry. You will be able to go back and watch it back whenever you wish.
Sorry, I just realised I didn't cut those panels to the 3 3/4.
I think you've got your waist there, Debbie, you know.
You what, sorry?
I think that's your waist.
Yes, I got the waist bit, didn't
Yeah.
I? So I didn't trim that bit where I thought I'd trimmed it down. Right, so what we should have now is 2 of your pattern papers for your outside side panels and 2 for your inside. And then we've got all our panels here. You'll have 1 for your door. Now what I like to do is use what's going on my door to use it on the outside panel. So then when it comes together, you can see you've got that decorative side all the way round. And then you've got your piece for inside the door. So we're going to do that, a different piece inside the door. Then you've got your back, and then you've got your other piece inside on the side bit. So you've got your back and the front piece. Yes, that's right. I had to try and think there, Joe. You know when you've got so many pieces of paper. And pop that to the side. Now, what you need to decide is which one is going to be your front door.
Okay.
And not your front door, sorry. Let's pop that to the side. Which one is going to be your front of your card? Because that's the one we're going to die cut through. So I'm going to choose this pattern one. And then we're going to use our dies to die cut. But before we start sticking and die cutting, I think we're just going to make sure that everybody
Absolutely.
is up to speed with all
We'll
your
give everyone a sec just to get themselves caught up. Can we just recap those measurements again, Debbie, just for the finished pieces of paper? Just how many sheets to what size? Lean's just asking.
Yes, so we've got 3 pieces of 1, and that's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So you've got 1, 2 of those, and then you've got 1, 2, and 1 for the other side. So you've got 3 pieces. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of 3 by 3/4 by 3 by 3/4 square, and then you've got 4 side panels, 2 block side panels for the inside and 2 outer, and these are 1 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches.
Excellent. Hope that helps for you. Right, want to move on. I'm going to just show you the watercolour stamping collection that we've got for you available on the show. This is awesome, 1897, 2747. What you get in here is you get the watercolour cardstock. You then also get a set of our iconic rocker blocks in there for you too. Well, you're going to get a tape pen included in there and a Finesse Pebble waterproof dye ink pad. Oh, you're actually going to get Flagstone, not the Pebble. There you are. So you get a Flagstone Finesse waterproof ink pad in there as well. Now, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey, someone just asked me a question about this. It was, Connie says, can you please explain the foam on a roll tune? Did you make it up, or is it a tune from an actual song?
I love that. It was our Ben.
It was Ben. I don't know where it came from, but we're all affected, is the only way to say it. We can't do foam on a roll without seeing the song. This is a great foam collection, so what you'll get in here is you will get the foam on a roll, which is awesome, and you will get the foam pads too. You get 40 sheets of foam pads in here actually, so loads in a great assortment of sizes for you. So you're going to get the large ones and you're going to get the small ones, which is fantastic. Next up, we have got the 12 by 12 cardstock for you. So these are fantastic. Now what you're going to get in here is a matte cardstock. So you're going to get it in these ones here, which are your Everyday Brights. which is this one. You're also going to get it in the pastels, which is this one just here. This is gorgeous. This one's textured, it's double-sided, and it's got a colour core as well, which I love. And we've got it in the brights here as well. So again, you've got that there. That again is with a colour core and a texture double-sided on that one. $39.50 or $49.50. I've got two 8x8s for you as well. These are fantastic. So they do come together, which is brilliant. It's spring fever, and what you've got is you've essentially got the patterned papers, which are these ones here. You get it's 160 GSM, 48 sheets in here, and then what we've done is given you the plain card in a 240. It's really thick, this one, all double-sided for you as well. 1723 or 2092 if you want to get your hands on that one. Something else that is taking us by storm here at Crafters TV is, of course, your glossy highlights, which is absolutely awesome. Just allows you to really accent any of your projects. It's like liquid glass is the best way to think about it. $5.99 or $6.95 if you want to get your hands on that. Right, I'm going to give you a couple more minutes to get yourself caught up. Let's share with you how you can watch the shop at the same time, but also Club Inspire.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Club Inspire, which is fantastic. Joe was saying on the two pattern papers, different sizes.
The two no,
yes.
Same size. Exactly
they
the
are
same
the same.
size.
They
yes.
are the same size.
Yes,
excellent.
We can put them together and show you.
Brilliant. Oh, that's better. Are the two pattern papers different sizes, was what I had said?
No, they're exactly the same. So if we look at these two, I've just put them together. Two different pattern papers, exactly the same. And they are 3 3/4 inch square.
Excellent. Brilliant. Okay. Right then, if you're caught up, Debbie, I think everyone else is pretty much ready to go and ready for the next part, if you
right,
like.
so let's get sticking. So we're going to stick all our pieces together. Now, what we do have to remember when we're putting this together is where everything's going to go. So I want this front piece to be, in fact, that piece has got my ink on it. So I'm going to go this way. So you want to make sure that when you put these together, you have your box. So let's say this one, I'm just going to fold my tab in, is going to be my back piece. So that's going to be my back piece, and I'm going to stick my lightest colour there, or the one that hasn't got so much of the blue. This piece is going to be my front piece. So this is where I'm going to stick my, my patterned cardstock, and that will go onto the back piece. So I'm just going to take my tape pen. Again, you can use your tacky glue, you can use whatever glue you've got, or your tape pen, and just pop that into place. I'm just going to fold that because it makes it easier to be able to see. The lights are quite bright in here, so, and the white's not always a good way to see, but now I've got that white edge all the way around. So that's my first one, and we're going to pop that with the die. So I'm going to do this so we know exactly which piece we are die cutting. I'm going to tape that to my actual front. So pop that onto your front into the centre, and I'm just doing it by eye.
By eye.
By eye, and we're just going to place that there. And I'm also, because it is live TV and I've got none pre-made, we are going to pop that into place, so that's all stuck down. And I'm going to pop that to the side, and we'll die cut that in a second. So now we're going to do the side pieces. So I'm going to pop this one at the back. And like I say, you can be putting whatever colour paper pads you have in them. It'd be nice to see what our Christina has been using, whether she's used the same or different ones, because she was saying earlier that she has a bit of she's a hoarder for paper pads. And I don't blame her at all.
Great way of using up any of your spares, or just your offcuts, Debbie.
Oh, totally. It's exactly what you want to be doing. And then I'm going to be using our pieces inside. So this piece, we're going to do our block colour in the centre. And we're going to just pop that on. There we go. So that's our side piece. That's ready to do. And we could even do our sides if we wanted to, but leave those till we started to attach our box together. So these are our pieces, and they're our next thing. So our next step is then to actually do our die cutting. So these will fit through the Gemini Junior and the Gemini Midi. They're a little bit bigger for the Gemini Mini, so you will need...
Did you say midgie?
Midi.
I thought you said midgie, like a mosquito.
Midi. Well, I might have done, Joe, because I have been talking about them lately.
Have you?
See, now you call a midgie a mosquito.
No, I thought, are they just like little...
Midgemadors.
What are they?
Midgemadors. Oh, you're the same.
Are they a character from like Harry Potter or something?
No, they are real.
Midgemador.
Please tell me if
Is it a
anybody's
mythical,
heard
some
of
sort
a
of mystical
Midgemador.
insect? A Midgemador.
So I was talking to Al about Midgemadors years ago when we were kids. We were on about the sort of things we used to do, and we used to go out on our back field with tennis rackets and hit the Midgemadors.
Now this is a very specific thing, I think, to the area that you lived in.
Oh, that's
because
why
someone
then.
I know used to live in an area. It was actually very close to Mildenhall
Yeah, so
Air
I'm
Base.
close to Mildenhall.
Right.
Yes.
So apparently these are some kind of insect that have been
Yep.
transported over. So the reason they're there, apparently, now this could be completely wrong. And I mean, disclaimer. I was told that these are a bug that's been an insect that's been imported because of the US Air Base. They get on the planes and they come, and that's why they're there, but they're not anywhere else.
Oh, well, that might be true. And Al doesn't believe me.
And you could go outside and whack them with a tennis racket.
Yeah, because
Yes.
they're blind and they just bombard you, so they get stuck in your
and
hair.
they're massive.
They're massive.
Huge, yeah.
Yeah, and the reason we were talking about them, because my little 2-year-old Ava was on FaceTime with me the other night, and my daughter said, "Oh, look at her, Mum. She's got a big bug in her hand," and she literally had her fingers round this massive bug, and I was like, "That's a Midgemador," and she put it down, and the wings come out, and it flew away, but no one else seems to have heard of them, so I had to then get my brother involved. And
so apparently they're a lot more common.
We call them June bugs.
June bugs. Apparently they're a lot more common in the US, which is why a lot of people have like netting around their pools and on their back porches and stuff.
Well, how interesting.
But it's very specific to where you grew up, Debbie.
Yes, I didn't realise that, and that's why then. So
I mean, call me David Attenborough.
So yeah, so Al was the same as you. He said midges to him are mosquitoes.
Yeah,
but midges to us were Midgemadors. Which are June bugs. I didn't realise that. I just assumed...
Public service broadcasting here at Crafty TV, isn't it, Debbie?
It certainly is. So all we're doing now, we've got our front, we've got our back. So all of these you can see will go together. We've stuck our 2 inner sides on. So we're starting to get our box come together now beautifully, which is great. And then we've got our side panels, but I'm going to wait just to make sure that we've done all our glue in first before we put our side panels on. So that's all our pieces of this done. We're then going to bring in our door. So we might as well get all our pieces stuck to the door. And then again, because I've got my side pieces, I'm going to do in this one, I'm going to bring these in to do my front door with. And if you wanted to, you could make your door with a see-through panel as well. So you almost have like that sort of double door looking through. So we're just going to pop that into place. And then we've got our box all ready to go. I'm going to do the inside as well. So the inside panel, we're going to stick this one. And then you've got your last panel, which you can put on your back if you want to. So then your whole box is fully decorated. So pop in all these pieces in.
They're a lovely size, these as well, Debbie, aren't they?
They're such a nice size to work with. Yeah, really just, they're ideal for obviously the characters, but they're great for anything. If you want to put little hidden messages in them and make these boxes. And the great thing about them, Jo, is they all fold flat. So they're really, really good to do. So we've got all our pieces. We've got all our box made. With these pieces, we're going to stick on at the last. You could keep that for another piece of your card. You could even actually put that onto the back of your card and then stamp a sentiment or something on there, so you've got that extra added piece. But what we are going to do now, we're going to bring back in our templates for our side pieces. Once we've done these, we're then going to do our colouring, which is the fun bit. So I'm going to bring in this side one. Because I've used that block colour at the sides, I'm going to use this to do my templates as well. So again, we're just going to pop those into place. Now, these don't have to be, it doesn't matter if your lumps and bumps aren't, aren't straight or aren't in the right line. As long as your side pieces, you've got those in the same place, your seams.
Okay.
Because they're in the perfect position to go inside your box. So you can see, right, these will go right to the edge of your box when they're folded in. And these are what you're going to put everything onto. So that's our first one. And then I'm just going to go to the other side and do exactly the same. So we can use that straight edge to run along there. So you could use a pencil, so you could take your lines out, rub your lines out afterwards. But I'm just using my pen. So, and again, I'm putting those little tabs in. I think I put that in the wrong place. But actually, because I've done one each side, if I bring in my scoreboard, what will happen with this, we can put them in the same place. So keep putting down my scoring tool. And this one, just there we go. And it's actually 1/2 inch in. So 1/2 inch for that one. And this is slightly over. We're just going to go to, that's the end, isn't it? There we go, do a 1/2 inch. Did you watch me do that then,
Yeah,
Jo?
I thought, I sort of,
that is
I was going to say
just
something, I
thing.
thought, nah.
Well, at least I know where to cut it, don't I?
They're also called Maybugs. Now that's what I June
Maybugs.
bugs. Sorry,
June bugs. Yeah.
June June. I have heard them called Maybugs as well. Though.
Oh, I haven't heard. Well, I suppose it depends when people first see them from.
So they exist in Germany too. They are called Maybugs. Maykoffer is what they're called, even though they only seem to appear in June. There you go. So that's the only corroboration we have. Victoria and Albert just let me know that.
They were huge, yeah. So, so my granddaughter, who's only 2, had one in her hand.
Oh, no.
Oh, she loves it. She's just like my daughter, though.
Does she
was
like
exactly
bugs?
the same. Yeah, she loves bugs. Yeah, my daughter used to be the same. She was quite disgusting, actually.
Wow.
She used to come in. Yeah, no, you'll think the same when I tell you. She used to come in and have snails crawling up her belly and seeing which one will make the longest slug line. She'd have a slime line going all the way up her belly.
Wowzers. Martina Murray says, I live in Newmarket, not too far from Mildenhall. We did the tennis racket thing with the midgets when we were young too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seems quite cruel now, going outside and whacking loads of
does
bugs
really,
with a tennis racket.
Yeah, it's just what we used to do. I mean, we used to find it fun. I mean, I would just go in screaming.
Screaming?
When I was little, because I was so worried. My mum used to like tie my hair back in like a really tight bun and wrap it in the top of my head so it didn't.
Because it was like in my head that was like late, like mid-evening. They would come out at a certain time for like half hour.
Yeah, the sun's sort of just going down.
Yeah,
dusk
like
coming.
dusk.
Yeah, and they used to always be around this big tree we had in the back garden, and it was just a fun thing. But actually, it is a bit cruel when you think about it. Used to knock these midgemy doors about. So
midgemy doors.
Midgemy doors, yes. Right, so there we go. You just fold those in, and then you've got your templates that will stick inside your box. So let's pop all that to the side, and then we're going to do some colouring. So do we need to stop again, Joe? Or
I don't think so. I think we're all right, to be honest,
good.
Debbie.
That's brilliant. So what I'm going to do is bring in our stamps now, and we're going to stamp these out. So pop them to the side. Now what I am going to do, we are using, just cut some of I've got a piece of watercolour cardstock. I'm going to just cut that down so that will fit on our stamping platform. I'm using watercolour because we are going to use our aqua colour markers, which is again one of my favourites, which I love. Going to pop them in, and I'm going to show you just how easy they are to use. So just pop in all my magnets on, and then we're going to use these to stamp with. So it doesn't matter where they go, because once you've coloured them in, we are going to be colouring them in and cutting them out. So then we can apply them wherever we want to. I'm going to bring in that little present there. Are
you just going to use one of each, Debbie?
Yes, just one of each, yeah. And then while we're there, let's do I'm going to do a birthday sentiment, and I'm going to put it into the corner, because then we can use this on our card at the end, so we might as well do that to start with. Yep, that's the one I used on my card, so we'll pop that onto there, and then we can trim that out. So we'll pop that all into place. I'm going to make sure they've got enough room to be able to cut out. So let's just make sure. I'm going to pop that one over there just to make sure. There we go. So that's all you need to do, just arrange them on your stamping platform. If you don't have a stamping platform and you've just got one of our normal platforms, just actually stamp them out individually, and then you can colour them in.
Platform is in stock, by the way, and it's got 50 bonus points on it at the moment as well, so do have a little look for that over on the website.
That's amazing. 50 extra points.
50 bonus points,
That's good, isn't it?
Not to be sniffed at, I know.
Not at all.
I think everyone is keeping up. I will say again, if you've got any questions, anything you need recapping, then you know where I am. Slide into my DMs. Not really my DMs. Leave a question, comment in the comments. Leave a comment in the comments, yeah. Slide on into the comments.
So I've just got a bit here, Joe, where I've missed, and a little bit on my birthday. So I'm just going to re-stamp those two. All I need is to make sure I've got a little bit ink on the bottom there, and my birthday sentiment with that Y on there. So I only need to really press, because I know that will go into the same place. I can then stamp down that Y, and then stamp in my oh, I've done it the wrong side. Let me go back in again. Stamp on that side. Doesn't seem to be, there we go, we got it that
awesome.
time. And my Y doesn't seem to want to catch there.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. I'm sure there's a song of that, isn't there? There we go.
There
Perfect.
We are.
Perfect.
Great having the option to just go back in with second stamp though.
Oh, it makes such a difference, such a difference. So we're going to do some nice colouring in. Now what I loved about these bears is how easy they are to colour in, especially if you use these markers. Now I've chosen these colours, so I've chosen the cool marine, the bright floral and the grey neutrals. You can colour yours in whatever colours you want them to be. I did do a blue because we had blue in our original card, so just bring this in. But I've got other colours and pinks in these 3 pens as well, so I can change them up a bit. And super easy, because what I'm also going to bring in, I'm just going to make sure I put these tabs away with my my pack here so I don't lose those. But what I'm going to bring in is my sparkle pen, because this is a really quick, easy way to colour in, but not having a wet brush, so not getting in too much of a mess, Joe. Okay. So let's start off with our bears. So I'm going to use my grey naturals. Now the middle one of this is a little bit sort of browny grey. So what I'm going to do is bring this in onto my glass mat. And I'm going to pick that up with my sparkle brush. So I'm also, let me just grab myself a piece of kitchen towel, because I don't want my brush getting too wet. Sometimes it might flow a little bit more than I want it to. So all I'm going to do is pick this up, picking up your colour, and we're going to start painting onto here. And look how quick and easy this is.
How awesome is that? And it's going to be all gorgeously sparkly as well.
And gorgeously sparkly, yes. So I'm going to give him a once over. We're going to leave a little bit on his belly, so you can just go round there. You don't have to be an expert colourist to colour these out. Anybody can do this. And then his little leg there. So we're just going to colour him in. I'm going to let that dry, and we're going to go on to our other one. So going round, because what I do love about this is you can go back in with that colour. So we're going to leave a little patch on this one's eye, and we're going to have a little belly sticking out. Look at his belly, Joe. I mean, how just
looks like
amazingly
mine. Looks like my belly.
Is it like your belly's not like that anymore, Joe?
Oh, it is. You should see under here.
No, I think mine's probably more like that.
There's still plenty of wobble when I go running, Debbie.
Still plenty of wobble.
Plenty of wobble, yeah.
You've done amazing, Joe.
I try not to run past you in shop fronts.
I never look into shop fronts.
Oh, I've been running quite a lot. Obviously, I'm training for the marathon at the moment, so I've got my first race on Wednesday. I'm doing a 10K at Tatton Park, which is like a deer park. But I've been doing a lot of running through the city, Debbie. Oh, the amount of times I run into people. The poor people in Manchester need to watch out, yeah. Because I'm like a speeding train coming through the city centre, trying to you're running, and then someone's on their phone not looking where they're going, and they just walk straight in front of you. You have to hop out their way. I've had a few very, very near misses of nearly flattened people. But yeah, we keep moving, as the kids say.
Absolutely. So all I'm doing is adding in that darker colour and just adding in some shading, just to give our little bears a little bit more lift. So just going down where I think he'll have that shade. Just a nice way to colour these bears up.
And I'm guessing, I mean, you're obviously using this with the gorgeous tricolour markers. If you had things like your tri-blends or any of those, I guess that it's not really anything will colour these stamps, will it, Debbie?
Oh yeah, anything. I think just pick your own medium that you love the most, which is the best thing to do, absolutely. So we've got our little bears coloured in really simply, and then I'm going to bring in some other colours. So let's bring in, I'm going to bring in the yellow here, and let's bring in a sort of darker pink, and I'm also going to put a touch of, in fact, let's put a touch of pink and the yellow together there.
Oh, nice.
Because we can mix them together. Now, you're not going to contaminate your nib. You might find it might dye a little bit, but that's not going to contaminate your lid. So all you need to do is when you finish, just give it a wipe onto a piece of tissue, and that will wipe off that excess. I'm going to bring this one in, and we're going to colour our, let's do the tablecloth. So first of all, I'm going to take a different colour. Let's take the pink to start with, and let's colour our tablecloth in that pink. So nice and quick. Then I'm going to add just a little bit of darker, and we're going to go up the centre where those lines are. And I'm going to put in just a triangle, and that's going to add little pleats and just give it some real definition in there. So there we go, just bringing that down. And then we'll have some nice bright icing on our cake. And what's great about using this sparkle brush is you've got that real precision nib, so you can get into those tiny pieces and add all that detail. And then let's mix these two together. So we'll have a bit of a mixture of our orange, which then will create a different look for our cake.
great that they all mix together so easily, isn't it?
Ah, so much so. They're really beautiful pens. Let's go down and colour the legs. There we go. And then let's use one to colour the balloon. And then I'm going to wipe that and bring in that yellow for the centre. Colour
Lovely.
the half. And then we can blend that in. So you can really get that beautiful colour going on there. And let's do that again. A bit more yellow. And then let's just add this red in for that gorgeous balloon.
Beautiful. I reckon everyone's in a colouring coma at home, you know, Debbie.
I think they must be. So cool, isn't it, that you can do it so quickly. And then let's just do our presents. So we want to use all these pieces. So just working out where your colour goes. And let's bring in just a touch of a different colour. So let's have a bit of a blue going on here. And we'll just add that to our bow. Colouring is very therapeutic, isn't it? I know lots of people loved colouring. I mean, you might take a bit more time if you're using alcohol markers, but actually, because it's got quite a nice surface to colour in, you shouldn't take too long to colour these in. And all I'm going to do is, because I'm not really liking my blend of my bear, so just with my clear, I'm going to just give that a little bit more blending. Blending that in a little bit more. And then on here, just checking that we've got, there we go.
Amazing.
So we can go back in.
Great that you can go back even after it's dried and,
Oh,
and rework
absolutely.
it.
Yeah, rework it. And your glossy accents would look amazing on these as well.
Yes, very busy still on those glossy highlights. Do make sure you get your hands on them. Oh, they're great for everything, aren't they? Is there anything you can't put them on?
I don't think there is. I think people are putting them on all sorts. Let me just go around there. Right, so the next thing we're going to do, you didn't even need that amount of paint on there, so you can see how quickly they have all come together. We're going to use our dies. So I'm just going to be putting these over the top and using all the dies that we have within this pack. So nice and simple. Now these dies will all go through your mini, so but I'm going to be putting them through my Gemini. So popping in, just working out which one goes where. How can I not see that? It must be that one.
There we are. Someone was asking, who was it was asking, will all the character dies work in the mini that I sent to my niece? That was from Cindy.
Yes, they
So
will.
the characters will, it's just the aperture will
It's
need
the
to go in something
aperture,
larger.
yeah.
But I mean, there's nothing to stop you cutting the aperture with a craft knife, is there? If if it was just the mini that you had,
That's very
would be
true.
something that
Yeah,
you could
very
absolutely
true.
use. So yes, they will indeed. Love colouring sparkle pen, says Patricia. Nee saying, I'm just watching Debbie and I already went into a colouring coma. You and me both, Nee.
Yeah, absolutely. It is relaxing actually even watching somebody, isn't it? So I'm just making sure I've got that all in line, and I'm going to do two at the same time, so just take them down. So making sure I've got that going all the way around my bear. Pop that over the top, so that's two done there. And then we'll do our balloons. And what I love about this, Joe, is you can do it all at once. There's no, worrying about what you haven't done or have done, or you can just stamp them all, colour in them all, and then cut them all out. So popping that over those two, and then we've just got our little present. And then I'll trim that happy birthday. So no one deserves a happier birthday than you. Isn't that a nice sentiment? And then we're going to run them through our Gemini.
Fantastic. Patricia asked what the cardstock is. I'm guessing it's watercolour, Debbie?
It is watercolour, yes, because I'm using the clear sparkle pen. It's water-based and quite runny. So, yeah, watercolour cardstock. And especially because we're using our tricolour pens, which are, again, water-based. So you can use them. If you don't have a sparkle pen, just use a normal water and water brush. You can do exactly the same. So there we go. We've got all our bits cut out there. So let's just show those then, Joe, and then I'll tidy up and send back over to you.
Awesome,
so
right.
There we go. Oh, last one, just didn't want to release. And then we've got all our little die cuts. Now you can see that one slipped a little bit in there, but actually I'm not going to worry about that. But what I will do is take my little scissors and just trim off that excess white.
Okie doke, no problem at all. Any other questions that you've got, then get them into me. Shadiah says, I think that Teddy had too much to eat with that pushed out stomach. Sames, Shadiah, sames. Yeah, any questions you've got, anything you need recapping, do let me know. But we are going to pop across now and see how Christina is getting on. Just down the road, in fact, in Middlesbrough. How is it going, Christina?
It's going good, thank you.
Excellent. How's it all coming along?
Pretty good.
Oh, let's have a
little
look.
Got the box ready.
Got the box together. Amazing. Now, you've worked with these before, haven't you?
Yes.
And how have you found them?
Quite easy.
Yeah,
I like them.
I've got a couple of bits actually that you've made here already. We'll have a little look at them because they are adorable. Look at these, Christina. This is awesome work.
Yeah,
And
so
you've got
beautiful.
this one just here as well. Now you're on a design team, Christina. So what does that, for anyone that maybe doesn't know what that means, what does that entail? How do you
We get sent products about a month or two before they get released, and we create samples with them,
Awesome.
which are shown on TV and which we share into the Crafters Companion groups for inspiration.
So it must be quite exciting then, getting your hands on like all the top secret stuff. Have you got? Is there some sort of like non-disclosure agreement or something? Do you have to like?
We do.
You do. Is there actually a non-disclosure? I was joking. I thought that was a joke.
It is a real document.
Is it? It actually is a real document you have to sign. You sign your life away and say you won't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I was going to ask you then about some of the new stuff maybe that's coming up, but obviously you won't be allowed to tell us, Christina. Lips are sealed there. Lips are sealed indeed. Right, okay then, Christina, I'll let you crack on. We'll come back to you shortly and see how it all turns out. Too much honey from the Be Beautiful collection. That's what he's eaten, that bear. That's what he's had too much of, according to Shadiah. I think maybe that might be the case. Any questions you've got, anything you need recapping, then as I said, get those questions into us. So if you are just joining us, then this is a cute character box craft along. Of course, you'll be able to watch this back anytime on our website. Don't forget the cute characters are available in the show. The details are there on your screen. So you will be able to come back and watch this back at any point, which is fantastic. Let me remind you of the Totally Tiffany item that we've got on the show, because we've got triple points on Totally Tiffany all weekend, which is awesome. We'll start off with the fab file itself. Now, these are so handy. I know loads of you have got multiples of these because you're able to label them either on the top, so if you want to put them in a drawer as a drawer organiser, they're brilliant, or you can label them and pop them on a shelf if you want to so you have multiples of them side by side. A few different ways of getting these. So you can either go for them with 5 of the magnetic sheets. Details are there on your screen. These are, of course, to store your dies onto. Or what you can do is you can go for them with the die storage sheets. Now, these are brilliant because what happens is these sheets here, these actually pull back and then these cover back over your dies. No reason why you couldn't put stamps on these either. So if you want to go for them with the die storage sheets, details are there on your screen, $7.50 or $9.50. Or what you can do, think, oh, hang on, I want the magnetics and I want the sheets. You can have those, and you also get those alongside the stamp storage pockets as well. So all your dies, all your stamps, all stored together. You all right?
Yeah, I want to say something while you're on them, Joe, because I've got one of those.
Awesome.
And I keep my die, I would go for all of it, keep them in there. That piece that peels back, I put my die cut on it, on the front. And then I know as soon as I go in there, that's my die that I need, and that's cut in. So that's, put your die, cut it out and put it onto there, and then put your dies on the magnetic sheet. It's such a good story.
So you know what it looks like and what the dye
exactly
is.
what it is. Honestly,
Brilliant.
go for all three. It's fantastic.
Brilliant idea. $14.50 or $20 if you want to get all of them together. Now, something that's like such a hot item, Debbie. We don't even have one here in the studio because we need all of them in the warehouse. This is your Lisa Buddy Bag. It's one of the most popular products on our entire website today, and it is a buddy bag designed to store all of your 12 by 12 papers and paper pads, which is incredible. So if you've got maybe, I know we do a lot of paper pads, don't we, Debbie? But a lot of places you buy your papers loose, don't you? As they are just as loose papers. So that's a great way to store all of those.
I was just going to say, Joe, sorry, I'm terrible for interrupting today. So I get really excited about the buddy bags. That one's great if you've got papers that you absolutely love. Rip them out the pages and put them in there, and all your favourite places are all in the same place.
Like the Hits collection,
yes.
but for your papers.
Yes.
I love it. Don't miss out on that. We've also got some Glitter Jewels Icicle Sparkle. Now, Debbie, what is this? It looks fabulous.
Do you know what? What I would say, we should sell these with our adhesive sheets. So if you go for these, get adhesive sheets. Now imagine you've got these really intricate, beautiful die cuts. We've got Christmas week coming up soon. Put your die cut onto adhesive sheets and rub this glitter through. It is amazing.
It's soft like a teddy bear's ear.
I know, it's so gorgeous.
Look at it. Shall I just show you this one live and then I'll show you the other options on pictures if that's right? Oh, look how shiny.
I know, it's so lovely.
This is the Icicle Sparkle, but it's a glitter, but it's not like it's not hard or scratchy. It's kind of like soft fluff,
yes.
but glittery fluff. Oh,
honestly,
my word.
And all those sparkly bits will go through onto your, or even if you're just using glue, you can use your tacky glue. It's lush, absolutely lush.
My word. It's gonna, look at it. I'm so excited. I think I want to get that and just like spray it around my house. $4.25 or $7.99. You need that in your life. There's some other options for you as well. So that's the iced snow. Midnight Snow, is that one just there? We've also got the silver hexagons. I need to get those out.
Yeah,
and
they
look
are
at those.
great.
Oh, shiny. We've got holographic hexagons as well.
I know, they're so good.
These ones are like liquid disco balls, as you meant to
they're
describe
amazing.
them.
They're
incredible.
amazing.
And also gold hexagons. I mean, this is literally hours of fun here for me. Frosted crystal as well. And we've also got diamond snow. I'll be digging that one out. Aurora hexagons. I struggle with that word. They are gorgeous. And iced flake as well. I mean, what a shiny cavern of joy all of those are. Right, Debbie, what a fun job, says Rhonda. It really is a fun job. Yolanda's loving the Lisa Buddy bag. Oh, I think she's talking about Christina's job. Yeah, very, very fun. And Mary says, love everything Cosmic Shimmer. Those are just too fabulous.
Yeah, me too.
Utterly fabulous. Right, I think everyone's ready though, if you are, Debbie.
Yes, let's start constructing because we've done all our bits that we need to do. We've got all our structures sorted out, and we're going to do one last bit at the end, and we're going to be using those frosted crystal glitters as well. So the first thing we're going to do is stick these together. So you've got your little tab on the side. I'm going to be using my red liner. I think this is the best thing to use on these because it's very strong, and you'll see when we open them up, the best thing about these cards is they lay flat, but it's one of those continued open and shut ones. So I would always recommend something that's going to be extra strong, and that for me is going to be our red liner tape. If you haven't got red liner tape, I'm going to put another layer on the end there, but first of all take away the backing, so that little carrier sheet, just to make sure that goes right to the edge. So we've got edge to edge adhesive, and the only reason I'm actually not using my tape pen is because that's quite a small little tab on the end, so I want to make sure it's going to hold that completely, and the glue not go over the top. So we're going to pop that in, and I'm going to just affix that onto the front here, or onto the side. So that's our first bit. And that creates your side and your front there. But we're not going to stick this down just yet because we're going to pop some things on the inside, which I find easier to do to start with. But what I am going to do, we're going to put these, so these are the pieces, and these are the pieces that we're going to attach these to as well. So I'm going to use, first of all, my little bear. The little bear is going to sort of be at the front here, and then we're going to use the one with the trolley at the back. Now remember, you can cut as many of these as you want to. You don't have to just leave them to one of each. You can put whichever ones you want to. So first of all, I'm going to attach these. I'm going to bring in my little Gloria, and we're going to add some tacky glue.
Joanne's asking, would a scrapbook fit in the Lisa Buddy bag? Absolutely, if it was on a 12 by 12 scrapbook page, or you'd use 12 by 12 papers as your background, then absolutely it would fit in there indeed. Great shout there, Joanne.
Yeah, it just depends on what you've got in your scrapbook to how thick it is. But it would fit your scrapbook in.
Yeah.
So we're going to pop that one onto the end, and then I'm going to line these up just to see and just to make sure I'm not overlapping. So this one I know can go on here, and all I'm doing is adding my glue just to the base of his feet. And I'm going to sort of have him slightly up in the air because he's a bit excited because he's just seen cake. So so onto there, and then what I'm going to do is, now again I'm going to use red liner tape on this side. In fact, I'm going to bring in my thicker red liner tape and pop this on the edge. Then it will stick instantly, and again pop another piece just to make sure that entire piece is covered. There we go. Just making sure, I'm using mine now, but actually you could use your scoring tool just to make sure that's gone right into the cardstock, and then it's also easier then to take your backing strips off as well. And all I'm going to do is, because I know this one is going to go at the front, so this will be at my front piece, I'm just leaving, so if I do it like this, I'm just leaving enough room knowing that this one will go in the back.
Right.
So pop in that one, I'm going to pop it around there. We don't need it right down to the bottom. In fact, I can have it a little bit further down, because I know when that comes across, so I'm just going to pop that a little bit more straight. There we go, that's fine. And I'm just going to rub that down and do the same on the other side. So
fantastic. How big is this going to be when it folds flat, Debbie, do you think?
It's
in
still,
inches? Someone was asking earlier.
So it's 4 3/4 inch on one piece. So 4 inches by 2 inches, 6 inches.
6 by 4.
Yeah, 6 by 4.
Awesome.
Yes.
So if you want to post these, and they will fold relatively flat, I'm guessing.
Yeah, absolutely, really flat. Completely flat, in fact, Joe. There's not that much depth in it. That would more depend. So we're going to make it more with depth because we're going to put a little shaker element into it. But you don't have to do that, and you can leave it flatter. So this piece is going to go behind. So we're going to make sure, I'm just going to pop that into there. So that's just going to stand behind, and I know when that's over, we've got our 2 pieces that are going to be looking through like that. We can always make extra bits for these pieces. We've got our little bear here, remember, who's going to be on there. We've got our presents, so all your little elements. So we've got that part sorted. Now what I want to do now is create a little shaker piece for on the inside. So you could leave it like that. You just then need to attach those pits on the side, attach your front panel, and then you've got all your workings. But I just thought it'd be nice to add that extra added touch of a shaker element. So what I'm going to do is bring in my acetate, and I'm just checking that it's got no backing on it, because sometimes with sheets of acetate it has that backing, but I can't see any, so we're all good. And I'm going to cut that with my guillotine, and we're going to cut that to 3 3/4 of an inch square. So just to there, 3 3/4. And I know that will be the perfect size then to go onto that front. So there we go. It's the only trouble with acetate, you always lose it so easily. Now let me bring in a piece of card, because on a piece of card we can then see it a bit better. So we've got our acetate piece. Now this piece, all you need to do then is just check it will go. And I know because I've done it that 3 3/4, it fits perfectly into there. But what we need to do is just add our shaker foam. Shaker foam, shaker foam.
What is the difference between foam on a roll and shaker foam?
So shaker foam is thinner.
Okay, so it's the same thickness but a little thinner.
Yes, it's thinner. If you've got the foam on a roll, then
on a
foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey, yeah, if you've got that, then you just have to trim it. So it's smaller. Or you could actually use, in fact, Joe, one of our packs, one of those packs that we've got on today, the foam pads, has got a sheet of strips, foam strips in it. Yes.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and you can use those as your shaker foam as well.
Excellent.
So
you find that. I'll just give you the details of that. So it's a foam pad collection. So you get a foam on a roll, and then you get 2 packs of the foams, the large ones, the small ones, and the foam on a roll. Details there on the screen for you.
Absolutely. So the next thing we need to do, we need to trim another piece of acetate. So this isn't something we would normally do, Joe. Normally we will have, I'm just checking, yep, that one is 3 3/4. I'm just going to cut that again. So you've got 2 pieces at 3 3/4, because what we're doing is a see-through shaker. So we can see through to the back. So this will go onto there. Now, my biggest tip when you're doing a shaker card, especially, so I'm going to bring in those gorgeous frosted crystals, which are literally simply amazing.
Delicious, aren't they?
Yeah, my biggest tip with those is to have a anti-static bag. And what you want to do is actually pound the powder in there. So just drop it so the powder is there, because what will happen, all that powder will mix with your glitter. Now you can do this with glitter as well, so if you want to put glitter in it, and in fact I do have some of our glitter, so let's add some glitter to it as well, which would be amazing. Trouble is I've taped it up, so I've just got to tape it up.
How come you taped it up?
Because the lid kept going wobbly, so I didn't want it to spill in my bag.
Didn't want an explosion.
Yes, and not that I mind, but it would just be on then everything. So be all right for Christmas coming up, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Christmas not so far away now.
Oh, I can't wait, Joe. We've got some amazing things this Christmas. This summer for Christmas.
This summer for Christmas.
I've got tape everywhere then. Sorry, I should have took that off beforehand. So just... It's wobbling my lid, but it's not letting go. So then we can pop our glitter in. So let's have some nice glitter, and I'm going to mix that with the gorgeous cosmic shit. Oh.
Did you not mean to put that much in, Debbie?
No, but have you not seen what I've done, Joe?
No,
I thought you would have picked it up.
Oh,
I've put the other piece of acetate. Which is good, because then we can just pour it in.
There we go. Oh dear.
Only me, Joe, only me.
I couldn't see it because it's see-through. You couldn't see it from here.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to add a little bit more into
this.
there. And I've still got loads in there. So we're going to add those all in. Now, what we're going to do is make that, so that will then go onto our top. So where I've put that dusting bag, I'm making sure I've got it on the right side. That will only help then with the inside. I'm going to just carefully peel away our foam. So taking off the top. I do it afterwards because otherwise when you're pouring it in you seem to get loads that attach itself to your actual foam. So just be really careful when you're taking that away. And obviously you don't have to do this element if you're crafting along. You can just stick to your normal card, and then this piece will go over the top. So making sure that's all concealed and all the way round, just so that's attaching itself. And then that gives us our gorgeous little shaker.
Oh, I love it.
There we go.
How awesome.
So let's pop that out the way, and then this time what we're going to do is we're going to add this to the back. But before I do that, I also want to cut out. So this extra panel that we've done, I'm going to cut this out again, Joe, using that die cut, because then that outside frame will fit perfectly around the edge of that. So it will hide
your workings.
Yes, so it will hide your workings. So what I am going to do is just grab myself some low-tack tape. Take that down and just run that through. So popping that into place.
I've got glitter everywhere, Debbie, and I'm not sorry about it.
No, don't be sorry. I love glitter. A lot of people don't like the mess of glitter, but I love it.
Oh, it's everywhere. I am so shiny and sparkly. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I love being glittery. I've had very glittery feet before when I've trod in a pot of glitter.
Wow.
Yeah, so and that's gone literally everywhere. I was more worried because I didn't get it all out because it had gone into the Hoover. I had to Hoover it up because it was on carpet.
Oh
which
no!
wasn't
I bet
so
the bin looked amazing when you emptied it, when you emptied the vacuum cleaner in there.
Absolutely, but see, when we put that on the top, it works perfectly with our edge piece. So all I'm going to do there, I'm going to bring in actually my dotty tape pen and use a piece of scrap card because I think that would be the easiest thing to add adhesive over the top there. Not that one's no good. That's finished. Oh, I haven't got another one, but never mind. We'll just use a normal tape pen to go around those edges and along there.
Don't forget, loads still to come today here on Crafty TV as well. Of course, we'll be back later, won't we, Debbie, at 7 p.m. We'll have another special guest as well. We're going to be in the Craft House, which is going to be excellent, looking at a whole host of different bits and bobs for you. Our social media superstar, Rachel, says she's got gilding flakes everywhere today.
Oh, gilding.
There's
I love
worse
gilding
things
flakes.
to have everywhere.
That's amazing. Right, then what we're going to do, Joe, is we're going to stick this to the back of this one. So all I want is to make sure that I've put my glue. So again, I'm going to use red liner tape because it's the strongest. Just cut that bit off where I folded it. So we're just going to pop that into the back and trim that piece off. And our next piece, and trim that. So that will hold that nice and securely. So take those pieces off. There we go. And pop our shaker element in there. Just making sure, yep, got that way the right, and I say the right way, I mean with the piece at the top, because then that will match my piece here as well. And pop that. Oh, what am I doing? I want it there, don't I?
I was thinking, but I wasn't going to say.
Nearly popped it outside my card then. So pop that just on the inside there. And that creates that gorgeous panel with all that sparkle. And then what we're going to do, Joe, we're then going to apply our tape here to hold that into place.
Rhonda Humphreys she's been glittering grails for Mardi Gras today, and she is very scintillating.
Wow,
love
that's
that.
amazing.
I don't know what a grail is, do you, Debbie?
I can only think of the Holy Grail.
Right, what are grails, Rhonda? Please do let us know, we're all very curious.
Yeah, absolutely. And is anyone show us your anything you're doing for Independence Day tomorrow?
Oh yes, do let us know. Maybe we'll get pictures. Should we get pictures for those in? Should we get pictures of everyone and their ideas in our Craft House show, Debbie?
Oh, that would be amazing.
I think that would be fun.
Absolutely. There we go. So I'm just taking those pieces off. I
love the idea of that glittery background. I mean, it really is quite special.
Yeah, just something a little bit different, isn't it? So let's pull that out. The only trouble is because I've used a coloured now, it's hidden what we've got in the background. So all I'm going to do now is we're going to fold these over, and this piece you'll be able to, it's a bit hard, oh, I'll do it upside down, there we go, and you can see it. As you fold that in, we just need to make sure that that's straight. So I'm just looking in there, that's fine, and pop in our last one into place. about there, and then just make sure that all closes. There we go, so I know that's going to be perfect. And once you've got that into place, you can then rub down those little tabs that are inside there, which work perfectly. And then we've got our tab on the side here, so while I've got Gloria, I'll just put my tacky glue down that side, and then I'm just rubbing that in, because tacky glue is always better when it's left for a little bit. So, and then what we can also do, Joe, is I can fold that over.
Right.
And that will lay flat across there to make sure I've got that in the right position. And just rub that into place. And that will then go both ways, and that's when it's then, and actually that's still quite flat, it's just you've got that foam in there now. So that gives us our little shaker element. And then what we've got, Joe, is we've got our other little elements here to put on. So I'm going to use our little bear at the side here. So let's pop him at the bottom.
You were right, it is a holy grail. So you drink your wine out of it at Mardi Gras.
Ah, that's the only thing I could think of, yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Rhonda says yes, exactly, a holy grail. You drink wine out of it. Fantastic.
There you
Hope you
go.
don't get glitter in your wine.
And then we've got our balloons. Let's have them floating up in the air there.
How fantastic.
And then we've got our little presents, so we can pop them just down here. And that's our present. So that's our box there done, Joe. And then all we've got to do, we've got then our door to fit on. So where this piece goes down the side, all we're going to do is add our glue there. So again, let's bring in our tape, because it's the door that's going to be opening and shutting. So again, using that red liner tape. And down the other side. And that will be nice and secure. Take those off.
What an awesome project this has been. I can't wait to see pictures of what everyone at home has made. You could send them in to us and we'll show them during Craft House. We'll be able to all see them. There's the email address you need to send those pictures into, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. So send them in to us whenever you get finished and we will pop craft along in the subject, and we'll show them during the Craft House show a little later. It's so lovely to see what everyone does, isn't it, Debbie?
Oh, so nice. And do you know what, Joe? It's so nice to be able to craft along live time and to do a project that's, because I know we've done lots of projects of different things that you can create, like different boxes and that, but actually sometimes it's nice to go back to basics and show exactly what a die and stamp set does and to do it from start to finish. So I think this is a great one to be able to show that. So I'm now putting on my side panels, so that finishes up our box. And our last thing that we've got left to do, Joe, and that is our sentiment that we stamped out. We're just going to create a little panel for the front. So I'm going to bring in my guillotine. Where's my small one? Just use my small one this time. And we're going to trim this one down. And just make ourselves a little sentiment to finish that off. So I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to bring in a scrap piece. Let's bring this scrap piece of card in. Oh, actually, let's bring this piece in. That'll be quite nice on the front. And then we'll just create a little border panel to go around the edges. So I'm not doing this by any particular size. What I am doing is just seeing where that will fit, cutting round that sentiment and leaving a border. But if you did want to know the measurements, I can sort of roughly give them to you, and that's 2 1 increments, 1/8 of an inch by 1.5 inches, 1 1/4 inches, and then I've just trimmed out the actual birthday sentiment. So let's stick that on, and we're finished, Joe. So I'm going to bring in my foam pads. Pop them onto here and stick those on. So there we go, our nice little birthday book. And then use our tape pens just to put onto the back to to stick onto the front. I mean, you can embellish it however you want to, but I think it's quite nice just to have that simple sentiment on the front. Rub that down. And there we go. So turn that round. We've got our little birthday book opened up to find all our little characters there. And our finished one that I'd done at home was exactly the same, but this time we've just done it in those blue papers. So it just shows you can do them in whichever ones you want to. But to have a little birthday book like that, Joe, something a little bit different and a little bit special, isn't it?
How awesome. Loads of you loving this. Just before we move on, quick question from Khaki Blue. It says, when do you use tacky glue versus all-purpose glue, Debbie? Great question.
Yeah, really good question, and one of my favourites, because tacky glue is my favourite. It goes on everything. It's water-based. It means that it can go on all your coated cardstock, so your mirror cardstock, your centura pearl, anything that's got a coat, glitter cardstock, and it won't mark that at all. But if you use all-purpose, is a solvent-based glue, so it dries like concrete, but it actually is not very good with mirror cards and coated cardstocks because it can take, because it's solvent, it can take that coating off. So I would use that on all your core cardstock because it's amazing glue, but stick to tacky glue if you're using any superior coated cardstock.
Awesome, there you are. Right, let's just recap. I know that, of course, you may have seen this. Maybe you've seen these dies and stamps before and thought, maybe they're not for me. But today, watching Debbie's craft along has made you think, I can give this a go. The price is brilliant on them. Such incredible value for money. Remember, you're going to get the template in here to allow you to create the box and all then the dies and stamps that you can see. So we've got the woodland creatures here. We've also got the one with the gorgeous fairies and the unicorn and the butterflies, and you've got those bears in there as well. £20 or $28 for Club Inspire Platinum members. Right, I want to also show you, we'll get an ink pad included there as well, so you're going to be good to go when it comes to stamping those out. I do want to share with you also the Tricolour Aqua Markers, one pen which contains 3 different colours which will all beautifully blend together. You've actually got 36 different colours across these 12 markers, which is awesome. Let me share with you how that looks when it comes to using this. You've got the Great Outdoors, you've also got Essential Neutrals, your Floral Meadow, and also the colour basics there as well. Don't miss out on that. Brilliant, brilliant deal on that. Everyone saves £19 or $27, which is fantastic value. Right, 12 by 12 papers. So, Everyday Brights is what you're going to receive in here. As well as the Everyday Brights, you will also get the pastels. Now, this one is a double-sided colour core, which is brilliant. And you will also get this one here. The 2 textured ones, this one and the one previous, they're a 230 GSM. The first one I showed you there, which is your Everyday Brights, is a 180 GSM. So kind of more of a paperweight, and these definitely more of a card weight. We also have a duo for you on the Spring Fever. So you get the patterns in here, which are awesome. Really nice, vast array of different designs on these ones just here. And you'll also get the corresponding cardstock, 240 GSM double-sided white core. Really awesome. 1723 or 2092. Right. We're going to pop back to Christina, I believe. She's done. How have you been getting on, Christina? Are you all sorted?
Yes, I finished.
Oh, let's have a look then. I'm very excited, aren't you, Debbie?
Yeah, very.
Ooh, love it.
Oh, beautiful. Look at those gorgeous papers.
So
and it does
gorgeous.
show you, it doesn't matter, Joe, what papers, what colours you do it in, they look amazing.
Yeah, it really, really is gorgeous. How did you find it then? Have you found these, do you find this quite easy to work with, these style of dies, Christina?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, awesome. Well, absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Christina, for joining us on the Craft Along. I hope we'll see you again very soon, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Take care,
Christina.
bye.
Bye.
Yes, lots of love for Christina there. Patty says today is my oldest granddaughter's 14th birthday. Her and her sister just got back from their dad's house, so we're celebrating the 4th of July and their birthdays tomorrow. Can't wait to give them all of their Crafts Companion products. I've been buying them over the last few months. I hope they're not watching, Patty, and I've just given the game away. Patricia says the shaker element really sets that off. Shadiah says, I love it, Debbie. I've saved this video. Debbie Mahan saying, I really love these adorable box cards too. Yes, please send us in those pictures. Studio@crafty.com. craftscompanion.com. We will share them in the later Craft House show for you, which will be awesome. Right, Debbie, what are we up to next?
Someone's been very naughty, Joe. There's been a little a naughty fairy in the in
naughty
here,
fairy?
with nothing in the box.
Oh no, do you want mine?
It's all right because I know we've not got loads of time, so
Right.
I can show them and we will be okay because I've got everything pre-done.
Okay.
As with everything, so if I show you this one, turn it over, you actually do have the same, so you're getting that nice square. Now creating that square, this is fabulous because what it does is it creates a decollete. It's got like a stitched edge around this one, which is nice. It actually creates it around there, which looks fabulous. Cut it into your card. Now I've done this slightly different because even though these are box cards, you can just make cards out of them, Joe, which is amazing. So I've just created myself a little template really with an aperture through it, and then your actual dies and stamps, if you stamp them out, you get these really cute little woodland creatures. So this one is called the Wonderful Woodland Box, and it's got some really cute little animals in there, which is fabulous. And then if you colour them in, I'm going to bring my ones in that I've coloured in. You've got your cute little deer. I mean, how beautiful is that? Have you heard of a muntjac, Joe?
A muntjac, yeah, I know
Yes,
a muntjac.
because again,
delicious.
I said the other... Really? Oh, I didn't know they were, I didn't know people like them.
Yeah, they are...
But our
muntjac
Becky,
is a,
our Becky had never heard of them.
They're very much on the menu in lots of hipster gastropubs, Debbie.
Wow. Oh, poor little muntjacs, yeah. Yeah, so, and they are very cute, but I mentioned it because Becky had not even heard of them. So,
Is that a muntjac?
No, I think that's a deer.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
venison then.
Yes, that's venison. So, apologies to all our vegetarians and vegans out there. So, I've just put all these in. So, you're getting your sentiments, you're getting all of these. Once you colour them in, you have all these really cute characters. So, that's what you're going to do. Stamp them out, colour them in, and then we're going to put a really quick card together. I'm sure the die and stamps for this pack have just been probably put into another pack. And just got mislaid.
No.
But I will let our Tracy know. She will take
Tracy! Oh! Someone's had me dies, Tracy. And my stamps. Oh!
I know, it's all gone. Nothing in the packet. So I'm just going to pop this into the inside, so that gives us our gorgeous green. And then I've used my tri-blend markers this time, and we've just created those gorgeous trees. So let's do our sentiments. So I'm going to pop this one. This is our little sentiments. This is lovely, actually. This says, hello, little one. This will be lovely for our Kelly. She's just had a
Oh,
little
she
baby.
has just had a little bambino, hasn't she?
has.
A gorgeous little boy I saw.
I know, how amazing. So happy for you. He comes but rather quickly. It only felt like she left work last week.
Yeah, I think she knew it was going to happen.
Oh, it was going to
so,
come.
Yeah,
Oh, a
just
plan.
just a couple of weeks early.
Yes.
So she went off on maternity a couple of weeks early as well. So.
Oh, I'm
yes,
so pleased
he's
it happened
adorable.
early for her because she was looking rather big. And she's tiny, like
She is
as a
tiny.
person, she's a tiny, tiny
She's like
little
this big,
person.
yeah.
She is absolutely tiny. And she
had this massive bump, didn't she?
huge belly, yeah. Lovely baby bump. Right, so I'm just going to find my foam pads, and we're going to just put this up. So I'm just going to trim my foam pads. I don't have any other ones at hand, so I am just going to trim mine down. So if ever you find that you haven't got the right size, just give them a little snip. If you've got our scissors, even better, because they are tape proof. That's not what I mean. Tape proof. What is it? Non-sticky. Is that it? Just
Non-stick.
non-stick. That's it. Non-sticky didn't sound quite right.
A non-stick coating.
Let's pop this across the top. Yes, and they're brilliant for cutting your foam pads.
Kathy says, I love this, Debbie. Just got my package and have the Princess Unicorn one.
Oh,
I wanted to
brilliant.
we'll make it for my granddaughter's 6th birthday in 2 weeks. So now I want to add the shaker element on it. Great job. Absolutely love it. I know she will too.
Yeah, she will. And actually, I wish these had come out in time for my granddaughter's 6th birthday because she would have loved them. So I'm going to put that underneath because it almost looks like our little deer's standing on there.
Hello, dear.
But it will come in. Hello, dear. You sound like
Hello,
Mrs.
dear.
Doubtfire then. One of my all-time favourite films.
Aisha says, great card, Debbie. I will see everyone later for Craft House. Going to get some things done beforehand. Aisha's busy. She's out of here.
Well, it's nice that you're joining us back.
It is indeed.
So
7 p.m. In the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast time. We're back with Craft House later. We'll have another guest. We'll have fabulous deals. No doubt great demonstrations as well, Debbie.
Oh, yes, got lots planned, in fact. Yeah, loads planned to keep me out of mischief. And I was going to say,
That's not gonna happen.
no, it's not going to happen. It'll keep me in mischief. And I was going to say, we're going to rush through them to get to the football, but it doesn't matter how much I rush through them. The football is not going to get to us until 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll be watching the second half. Maybe the extra time and maybe the penalties as well, Debbie.
Oh, I don't think I could bear us to go to penalties. That is my one hope that that's not going to happen.
I can still very clearly remember Euro 96, Debbie.
Yeah, me too.
I was I was 10 years old.
Little
And
baby.
I remember when we got knocked out on penalties to Germany, I cried.
Oh, it's just,
Really cried. And it's the first time I'd ever got upset about something, so trivial. Yeah. I remember there was some clips of Euro 96 the other day on the TV, and it all looks so old.
I know.
I couldn't believe how old everything
yeah,
looked.
It does. It's amazing how technology has come on now, isn't it?
Wait, I guess it was 20. Try and work this out. 24 years ago.
I don't know what we're in now.
24 years ago.
I did have some gems. Let's just pop our gems on and we're all done. Yeah, 24 years ago. Oh, you were just a little one then, Joe.
Yeah, 10 years old.
Yeah, it was now
No,
biting
I was actually
stuff.
9 years old, because it would have been this time of year, wouldn't it? Yeah, 9 years old.
Yeah, I literally cannot wait for tonight. I'm so looking forward to it. And I'm hoping we're going to bring it home.
Apparently it's coming home, Debbie.
Apparently it is. Let's hope it is.
George wasn't even going to watch the second half. He was just going to drive home and miss the second half.
I
We've
know.
managed to
So you can't do
strong-arm him
that.
into staying.
He's still debating it. Yeah, he's still debating. Yeah,
He is gonna stick around,
got
he
to be
says.
done. There we go. It's going to be
How
amazing. We'll have to
gorgeous.
film ourselves, won't we? Like cheering for England.
Maybe we can get a little...
yeah.
Maybe we could get a little, we could make a little sort of song up, like a Crafts Companion.
Oh, let's do it in the break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon so.
So
Debbie, I guess we're going to put the craft along into
yes,
the part
yes,
of
yes,
the day,
yes.
of the demo of the show, of course, and then we will vote, of course, on the demo of the day a little bit later in the show as well. But I love that they're so different, the two things you've created there, Debbie.
Trying to get them central. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's really great is that we can make those boxcars that fold flat with that window. You don't have to have that door on there at all. And then you can just make them into cute little cards and have them however you want them.
Absolutely. Do grab them. I will recap again exactly what you are getting in there. So you're going to get the 3 different collections in here. So you've got the birthday bears. You've then also got box filled with glitter, which is that one just there with the unicorns. And is she a princess or a fairy? She's a princess, isn't she? She's a yeah, but what's a fairy princess called?
Fairy princess.
A prairie?
A prairie.
Really?
No.
Fairy? No, we'll come back to you on that one.
Airy fairy.
A fairy fairy.
Airy fairy.
An airy fairy. I don't think that works.
Prairie.
So you got those, you will get the ink pad, remember, included in there as well, which is awesome. So you get all of that for that incredible price, £25, $35. We do also have a triple point. So remember, if you spend 30, you'll save 5. So that's pounds, dollars or euros over on the website. So once your discount comes off, as long as you spend over £30, we'll give you an extra 5 off, pounds, dollars or euros. We do also have as well triple points running on Totally Tiffany products. Everything Totally Tiffany. Both of those deals are running up until the end of tomorrow, which is excellent. Now, what we've got for you here is the Fab File, which is always so popular. Great for storing dies and stamps. Wonderful for storing finished makes in here as well. Now, you can either get it with the magnetic sheets, which are these ones just here, or you can get it with the die storage cards, which are these ones here, of which you will get you get 5 of those, which is excellent. Or what you can do is you can get both of those, and you'll also then get as well the stamp storage pockets in there too. So you get absolutely all of that there for $14.50. So it's completely up to you how you want to go for it. Thank you so much, Debbie. It was an absolute pleasure to have another craft along with you. We'll be back up a little later, won't we?
Yes, definitely.
Excellent. Can't wait for that. Make sure you send us in pictures, please, of anything you made during the craft on. We'd love to see them. studio@crafterscompanion.com. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those over into. We will show them in that later craft along show, which will be awesome. Don't forget to check out your baskets if you are shopping across over on the website. Me and Debbie, we're just going to do some more gossiping, I think, between shows. You know, if your ears are burning, you know who it is. No, we'll see you back here at 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Take care.